Hello, hello. Welcome, 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 welcome in. Um, it is our first episode. We are here. We are uploading to all streams currently. So be ready, be prepared, and you get to choose where you watch. So I am going to, because for whatever reason I cannot stream directly to my Facebook page, I am going to go on to my Facebook and transfer it to the page. So you can either watch me on my personal page, and those who do not have my personal page, you can watch on the business page. And we are also live streaming on YouTube, but you get to choose where you watch. And then to we will reload to Spotify tomorrow. So the goal is to have like this, and then I'm going to see how Spotify works. Spotify is new to me. Facebook has always been my lane. YouTube is a new lane for me. I've played around there, but this is probably a new space. I'm using a whole different brand to be able to do this. I mean, not brand, but actually tool to be able to do podcasts on there. So I am grateful. I'm glad to have a time with you guys today. Thank you for joining. This is our first episode, right? Like first. This is our first episode. I've played around a little, so if you've seen something, that was a play around. We are here now. And so welcome to the check-in. Oh, it says I'm live. Okay, it kind of looks good. Tell me how it looks. It sounds pretty good. I'm using a mic that is different. Yes, I played around it again. As you're doing something for the first time, even in the play around, you still don't really know. So I am going to be sharing. Oh, here we go. Edit post. Because for whatever reason, when I do this, it does not. It's evidently an only me. So I don't know why it's not saying that it's shareable. Child, hold up. Let's see. Let's see. We're trying to edit the privacy of this because for whatever reason, y'all are not gonna see this on Facebook because it's not there. Um, hmm, let's see. I may be stopping this, which is gonna be weird for me. I'm not gonna get discouraged. It's a lot of. Let's see. And I don't know why it's doing this. On YouTube, it should be there. If you're viewing on YouTube, you should be able to see. If you can put in the comments. Those that are on Facebook, you may miss it tonight. Um, it says views, but I don't know who's viewing it. And I don't know how they're viewing it. I don't know how they're viewing it. If you're viewing it and you can see me, tell me how you get to see it because it says only me, and I don't know why that is the case because I don't need to just see me. It's also saying like 5 views. Maybe things are happening. I have no clue. If you're watching and you're viewing this on Facebook, please tell me if you can see me. And if so, tell me how. Maybe it's a setting. Let's see. I mean, welcome to the first episode, baby. We're going to get it right this time. So the next time we won't have this problem. Hmm. A little. Let's see. I don't know why it's not a public link. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. To my YouTubers, be patient. I'm sorry, I'm coming. Hmm. Well, I look cute. Thank you, Lord. Hmm. This the other part is because I paid for all of the extra things for this. So guess what it should do? Work. Guess what it should be doing? Please be clear. You we gonna get the same energy and the same things. I'm not going to let this take me. Oh, this is I'm a little annoyed, but it is not going to shake me. So I'm gonna put up a post and let people know to go to YouTube. Let's find the link for YouTube. And you just gotta pivot. This then you just gotta pivot. This is the thing. So go to YouTube where I believe it is also streaming. You can go to the check-in. What is happening? So again, just not trying to get discouraged. I'm saying I'm talking to me real. This is real life in real time of not getting frustrated. Um, because actually my internet in my house is like, whoo, okay. Breathe, Nikki, breathe. Breathe, Nikki, breathe. I don't know if y'all get, but I've been super excited and nervous and heavy and ready and prepared and all of the things. And of course, this is what's happening. Like YouTube won't even pull up on my phone. Like I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Um, so I'm trying to pull up YouTube to be able to tell people to go to YouTube, but I cannot even do that on that phone. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, copy link. Hopefully Facebook work on here. Cause it's another phone. I don't know what iPhone doing today, and I don't have the time to figure it out. So let's go and say, hey guys, Facebook is not working tonight, but here's the link for YouTube. We are live now. It's so crazy because like who can see everybody public? Let's post. And also share. Oh, yep. So the first 10 minutes has been me being frustrated, and I'm still gonna go, right? Like, I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep doing it. Um, I got a whole, I did my notes, I did my things, I prepared. So we're gonna do those things, honey. We're gonna work this thing out. Let's see. Come on over to YouTube, chat. Come on over to YouTube. I see y'all coming in. Come on over to YouTube. Come on, let's have a good time. I ain't gonna hold you long. My goal, we'll talk about it in a minute what my goal is. Let's talk a little minute about what my goal is. And we're gonna let that be what it is. I've done my part. I made some things. I don't know why it's not working. I don't have a clue. I can't make it up. And I'm gonna figure it out because what I did, y'all, paid for it. So welcome to those that are here. Welcome to the check-in with Coach Nikki. This is some exciting spaces that we're gonna have a good time. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be in this space. I don't take it lightly for those who are sitting watching because podcasts um, are easier for people, I think. And so when I say that, I mean it's easily accessible. It's a thing you can listen to in the car. It's a thing you can do on the way somewhere. It's a thing you can do when you're sitting on the toilet. When you just don't feel like you have the capacity to get to other things, right? And so yes, this is a vlog space because I also enjoy that. And then also giving a podcast opportunity for those who just don't have the time to hold a phone in their hand. But when you do podcasts, right? Like you can put it on, you can listen, and we can move forward. So when they get this podcast, hopefully I can cut it and they won't have to get 10 minutes of just sitting and being still or me enduring the thing that we just endured. But again, this is the first episode. And what I want to do, the first thing is introduce you to me. Right. And so some may already know, some may be guessing, some may not even have an idea of who or what, like, where did she come from? Why is she on my timeline? Why are people sharing this video? Why should I watch? First of all, she don't know what she's doing. Right. And that may be your thoughts. I'm just giving you all of the things that I know as a people we tend to do. And so I want to give you a little introduction to me. So this first episode is literally all about me. So that's a great thing that it's only now going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. But I can talk about me for a long time because, baby, who knows me better than me? And so, again, so I am Coach Nikki, birth to the name of Nicole Fields. And so I do answer to Nicole. I will answer to Miss Fields. I will answer to LaFon if somebody calls me that. Um, but Coach Nikki was a persona that kind of took its own path. And it has continued to grow in this space. And I am grateful for all of the things that I've been able to do with the connected name. And not that I regret my name, because some people like change their name and it's a thing. But Coach Nikki kind of derived during a time where Nikki was cool, but there's sometimes a space where we can't say the things that we want to say because it's so connected, jobs or all of those things. And this I can do, be, and I will, and I am all things transparent. right? As much as I can be to not offend or hurt. And if I do, don't take it out of context because I'm doing this thing that I give is because that it's what's necessary. I am the proud mom of four children. Um, 23 Nate, 20 Malik, 19 Nick, 15 K. So those are my babies. I've been a mom for 23 years. I've probably helped mother and take care of and love on and auntied up a whole lot of others. But those four came from me. They're the bloodline of me, and they also help to create the spaces that I am able to sit and stand in because I've experienced life with them. And I don't take it lightly the things that I endure with them, right? The things that I've overcome with them, the things that I am still sitting in with them, right? They are a huge part of my platform. And I did not know that until I started enduring and realizing that other people may need the same things. I am also a new wife, right? So I've been a wife since February 29th of 2024. I have an amazing wife who also gets on my nerves, right? But I also in another place and another platform of what enduring looks like, another platform in place of what sharing about marriage and intimate spaces look like, and realizing that those things are all important to me and the things that I go through and the things that I'm winning in, even in the hard places, that they are my people. I am the proud daughter of Marshall Fields, and to the late Tina Fields, um, and I'm the oldest, right? So the oldest always got a thing. So another space of while enduring, and what I've learned is that in all of those things, I'm something and a responsibility and have expectations that they have for me in all of those spaces. What I learned at 33 is that in all of those spaces, if I don't learn to take care of me, none of those spaces matter. So I literally make me a priority. I literally spend time with myself. I date myself. I go out with myself. I even travel with myself, not selfishly, but selflessly, right? And so when I lost my mom in, so it's been 3 years, so in 2022, I learned that we also don't take care of our capacity. Nikki, what you talking about? What is that? Right? And so knowing what your emotional capacity, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual capacities are, I did not realize that they fluctuate so much, but we don't ever stop to pay any attention to it. So I came up with what is now known as the check-in. And it started literally with a girlfriend calling just to check on me and see how I was doing and was like, hey, I'm gonna come and visit, I'm gonna come and see. And I was like, okay, that's super cool. And as people do, it took them a little longer than the I'll be there in 15 minutes that they had. And so it's probably about an hour later. And although they knocked on the door and their heart was postured amazingly to help and be there for me, I didn't feel the same way I did an hour ago. And so it brought me to a space of like, you have to be able to own where you're sitting because that matters. Right. And so although they came with a great heart posture, their spirit was good and they just wanted to sit and be, and they ended up sitting. Maybe I wasn't saying a thing. I was just sitting there with them doing nothing because I forgot to check on me, right? And so the check-in was derived in that space. And so I started checking in on myself. One of the things that the check-in does is we check in the moments, right? Not the day. Hey, how was your day? Well, baby, I'm trying to give you 24 hours in one emotion. And that's not realistic. So the check-in is about moments. So the people who get to come in, we'll talk about that a little later, but the people who we welcome into this space, they're going to be checking in and they're going to be existing with me and you in moments. The hope for and the expectation is that they're vulnerable, right? Because this is safe space, that they're transparent because this is safe space and they're storytelling their story the way they need to and want to because this space is cultivated for that. Um, and so that's kind of the gist of what this is going to be, right? Yes, we're going to talk about all things. There is no one topic, right? So I started to look at podcasts. So I also have some spiritual parents and now some new parents, right? Some new spiritual parents, right? And so as I my old spiritual parents, or the first, really, they just my mom and dad. That's what they say, right? One of the things that he would say all the time is, if you misdefine, you'll miss a sign, right? And so if I don't really say what's going to happen here, then we'll be doing everything. We'll be talking and kikiing about all the things. A part of it is, y'all, we may, right? And at first I tried to like limit what we talked about. I tried to limit the roles and the things, but I want people to come and just share their story in a space that's safe. Because, and that's part of the reason, like my background, it's actually it's a bed. I ain't trying to say I'm getting in bed with everybody, but I'm saying that there's something welcoming and there's something homey about a day bed, right? So we're gonna slide back up here. We can sit in the pillows. We can do the things. I mean, I got some chairs too. It's coming together, right? But the people that are coming to this space, they're gonna be battling some things. They're gonna be sharing some things, right? But I want them to come in and just feel as welcome as they would if they were sitting on the bed with a therapist, but a person that cares. And not that I have anything against therapists, because I'd be having one, right? But I want them to come here and process in a way that's just different, right? I've already had some people reach out. I've put the flyer up. If you're interested on just coming to the couch, to the bed. I don't want to say to the bed because that gave a little, I don't know, it gave a little bit of too much. But if you want to just come and be comfortable, if you just want to come and possibly cry, but also laugh, right? And scream and shout if you want, whatever it is, right? And so I had some things that, business owners, yes, you're free to come and talk here and talk about your business and share. The goal is that in the sharing, healing happens, right? In this space, healing should happen. In this space, growth should happen. In this space, people should get to their next, whatever that is. One of the things that I think about when I think about me in business, it's the goal is to get you to your pivot or to your pause. I took that from one of my friends. Thank you, Sharice. Right? Either I want you to get to your pivot or to your pause. The pivot is the thing, or we moving or whatever, but also sometimes just being still is the move. Sitting and being is the space, right? And we don't talk about that. And so hopefully in the midst of their pause, or even in the pivot, they come and sit with us. They come and join us here. um when? Every Thursday. That is my commitment. Every Thursday at 7 o'clock. Does that mean I won't do any more car videos? Nope. That doesn't mean that. That means that on Thursdays at 7, you can count on me being here. Will I take vacations? Yes. Will I pause? Yes. Right. And I enjoy lives because that's what I enjoy. I'm gonna, see what happens, because will I maybe go to pre-records? Maybe. But there's something about being in the moment. Yes, I can see comments. My goal, like big goal, would be that y'all can call in like on a phone. Wouldn't that be crazy? And we could hear you and we could have dialogue. Um, because one of the things that I've realized, even when I get to one of the big news that I got to tell y'all at the end, is that there is something that happens when people share their story, right? It becomes relatable. It becomes a help to somebody else, right? It becomes relatable to somebody else. It gives somebody else the tools and skills that they need to get to their next. And so my hope for, right, my expectation, my big dream, and the thing is to have my own show, like that is bigger than what me sitting in my podcast room. But the next step, I think, a doable thing, I think, is get us to a phone line where people can call in. What y'all think? How you feel about it? I can see y'all comments if you put them in. So yes, we need guests. This episode again is about me. This is the first episode. Clearly, why I was messing up. Good thing was messing up with me and won't messing up with somebody else, because that would have been weird. But it would have also been real, and y'all would have still also saw it, because that's what we have. So yes, this is a podcast by name. Um, because we're going to give some information. We're going to have some talks. We're going to kiki. We're going to have a good time. And so, no, I did not want to limit what we talked about, but I had to pick a category on Spotify. And the only category that made sense was self improvement, because I would hope that those who come in have already done the work, are working to do the work, or looking to find out how to get the work done. And so, as you know, like I said, I do all of these things. I'm all of these things to all of these people, but I am also a certified life coach. I am also a motivational speaker. I am also, believe it or not, a civil wedding officiant. I am also a host of events, which I did today. And I'm just going to shout her out because I can. I was literally at a Juneteenth event today. The Hines Foundation, Meedy Hines, my sister, baby, she had over 40 vendors in a space. She gave away, it looked to be over 15 to 20 trunks. And these trunks were to students on their way to college. They gave away about 4 or 5 laptops donated by other organizations. I got to party with my guy B Sounds, but I'm a hosting, so that I just shared it because I hosted the event. So I was in the sun. So if you could tell a little bit, if I lean in, I'm a whole nother shade. If you saw me last week, I'm not. I'm a whole nother shade of black today, because we was outside in that sun, honey, and we were working. But again, those are the things that I do. Those are the things that I offer. And so as I have been working on, not necessarily, I don't want to call it rebranding, but maybe that's what it was. But as I was deciding of who and what I am, and like I needed a title, like I really, really wanted a title. Um, to say the things that encompasses all of that I do. And so what I came up with was a transformational coach, right? Because again, the people that I talk to and people that I meet should have already done the work and looking for a way to continue to work, and during the work, wanting to do the work. Like it just need a coach to say, hey, these are some things. And then looking to do some work to say, hey, I don't even know where to start. Right. But the goal that when people leave my space, whether it's that I'm speaking at the event, whether I'm hosting the event, or any of those things, the expectation would be that they say, I transformed because I had a conversation. I transformed because my coach allowed a space. I transformed because I did some work with her. And so that would be the hope for. So transformational coaches with the name and title will be, because it just gives a little bit of expectation to me for the spaces. Um, and so, yeah. Um, Next thing. Look, I'm telling you, I got a little list because I know me, right? Because y'all know me. I be to talk us through. We be talking and it be 2 hours later. It says that we have chats, but I'm trying to work my see them. Oh, here we go. Live stream chats. Oh my goodness. Hey y'all. But yeah, so those are the big things, right? Um, Again, we're looking for guests, so you can email me at Coach Nikki dot cwn at gmail.com. I see my girl Maisha on here, but baby, I know she want me to have an at the info. I'm gonna get there, but she wants me to have an at the info email, honey, because she's been telling me for years. But yeah, so one of the big things is guests to come in. Yes, I will be here. Yes, I have a few guests listed. But we are, and if you want to pick your topic, I'm even open to a space where you get to pick the topic. We have topics listed. I'm also reaching out to people to come and be a part of this space. Um, but I would love to have you here. I gotta figure out something like not at the bed. So somebody in the comments, because y'all here with me, need y'all to come and something. Anyway, we're gonna get it. So as I'm grateful that this thing shows me time, um, I want to kind of not necessarily like end, but I want to come to a space where I'm able to share with you what's next, right? So everybody's like, Nikki, what are you doing next? What's going on? This is amazing. This is okay. So what's next? Um, and so I have been very quiet for a while, not because, right, like not because of anything other, but sometimes the pause is necessary. And I hope that helps somebody who is rushing, somebody who has given themselves, as my friend Cara would say, these imaginary deadlines of when success has to happen, right? To my friends and people who are like, no, I got to get it done by this time. Yes, set the deadline. And if you don't make it, set another one. Right. And so those who may or may not know, we did a book last year. The book was called God Still Works. And there was a book of 6 women, amazing stories. Um, and it is time for another. And so I will say, when we think about the things that we do in spaces, I even realized that the book was a little undone. I'm just you. We just having the truth because, baby, if I can't be true, then I can't expect you to come here and be true, right? And so not undone in the space of the publishing or the editing, but for me, I gave a part of a story that wasn't the whole story. I gave just enough to say I finished the chapter, right? And so this time around, not that it will be the same topic, this time it won't be the same. And so I'm excited about this. One of the things I think, even for me, when we think about a book, what this book will do, right? What this book will do is will be the business card that gets you to next if you decide to be a part. So, yes, this will be another anthropology book, but for different reasons than before. And again, like I said, there was nothing like I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed working with the publisher and the editor. As a matter of fact, I think she is live tonight. Whitney is doing another book. Amazing, amazing woman. So I want to make sure that you guys hear me, right? So the work that was undone had nothing to do with her. But everything to do with me. I didn't create a process. I just had an idea. I kind of posted about it. I went along with the women who said they wanted to be a part, and then I had a book. And sometimes, if you don't make sure that the people are the people who were supposed to be connected to you in the season and in the time, it doesn't work out the same way. And so I'm just being honest in a space about what was necessary in that season and that time versus where I am and have grown to this time. So we're gonna keep with the theme of the book of God Still Works, but this is the parent edition. Ooh, Lord, I got some parents in here, baby. And so this is the parent edition. Um, Nikki, why? Why a book? Why parenting book? Why this now? Why in this season? Why? Because I know the people got the questions, so I'm gonna give you a little of the why. The other part is y'all getting to hear it first. Y'all, not me. Y'all get to hear it first, right? Because y'all are joining. There's going to be a flyer out within the next 3 days for those who may be interested, but you guys get to hear it here first. So I have not announced about the book anywhere, um, but God Still Works, Parent Edition. The purpose of the book. The purpose of this book, oh Jesus, is this is a good. The purpose of this book is for parents who have lost their faith at some point in their parenting, but they overcame. So the writers, the people who I want to be a part of this book, have lost their faith, have lost their will to parent, have gotten to a place where they did not believe they could do anything else. And then there was more, right? And then they tapped into something else, right? Then that faith showed up, right? Then that whatever it is that you believed in showed up, and you were able to get to the other side, right? Because the other readers, the people who are going to purchase this book, are going to be the parent who believes that she or he has nothing left, the grandparent who is so frustrated that they don't understand how they got here and what do they have to give in this space, right? The goal of this book is that there's a vulnerable space where we create also a safe space to share, right? And that's my hope for, right? That's my hope for. I won't give you the other pieces, right? There's some other parts of this book um that are only going to be for the people who will be a part of the book, and then we'll move forward. So there are going to be about, what we're creating is 7 spaces for seven other authors to be a part. My heart would beat for there to be at least 2 to 3 men in this book. I know we don't get to see them all, but there are some men who are doing some great work as parents, who have had some hard heels to be a parent, right? Yes, my women are going to show up probably in the multitudes to tell the story, but I also, especially we're right here in June, right? Men's Mental Health Month, right? Like, I need y'all to get that men kill themselves often. Male pastors kill themselves way more, right? And so I just want us to make sure that I am going to make sure that I create space for their voices to be heard, for their story to be told. right? But to the other spaces, right? I got about 4 or 5 more spaces for the women who are enduring, for the non-binary also who are enduring, for the LGBTQIA parent who is enduring, right? Like, and creating this space to tell this story that when somebody picks up this book and they go to read the story, it's so relatable. They realize I can push through another day. It touches them in a way that they say, I know there's a God somewhere. That they read this book at some point and they say, I wish I could go find them. They get a tool to be able to use, right? If they need to pause before they say that thing that they can't say back, before they go chase that kid down the street and realize that they're losing, right? Like that, or realizing that they gotta let that kid run. I just that they gotta let that kid run. Y'all heard me? That they're chasing that kid literally and realizing that they gotta let that kid run because that is the story for them, not not for him, not for her, right? Like not for him, not like me running doesn't fix their story. Sometimes the run is necessary for them. Sometimes I ain't gonna go too deep um because that's a part of my story. Well, we got to remember as parents, and I'm gonna give you this little nugget, and I'm gonna for real let y'all go because my goal was 30 minutes, and even with the failing of the system, this at the beginning, I'm gonna try to keep it to 45. That means minus the 10. Yep, I got it. Come on, y'all, give me about 5 more minutes, right? To the parent who realizes that I was supposed to sow the seed, water the seed through community and over my time, and then whatever grows grows, right? And so the goal is when the parent who is enduring, struggling, and believes there's nothing else reads this book, that your story is the story that they connect to and reminds them that there's something else on the way. Because I remember laying at an altar and not having anything to read, to go to, or to even talk about, because sometimes there's shame in the failure of our children. And so we can remove the shame, tell your story, and be free. That's gonna be the goal of this book, right? That's the goal of this book. Um, if you are interested in being a part of the book, you can inbox me, or I mean, well, we on YouTube, but you can email me, you can inbox me. Again, we will have our first meeting on June the 27th. Shh, y'all know this, don't nobody else know this. On June the 27th, we'll have our first interest meeting to see if this is something you want to be a part of, right? Um, but the book is God Still Works, Parent Edition. Keeping with the same branding. This is also a spin from Transparency Parent Circle. Those who have no idea, it was a support group that was created really to keep safe space for parents who are having a hard time, parents who are having a good time, parents who want to say I love them kids, parents saying fuck them kids, parents saying I'm going to put this kid in the trash can, parents who saying I left the kids at the house and I drove far away, right? Like parents who are saying, oh my God, I worship the ground my kid walk on. Parents that are saying that, oh, if I could just take a piece of him and put him in a piece of him. To the parent who doesn't realize that the 4 kids are none of them the same and you can't parent them the same way, right? To the parent who says I had these twin boys and they act totally different. I don't know how to show up in this space, or I do know how to show up. Let me give somebody else the tools on how to show up. This support group is literally a space for parents to come. You can sit and be still. You don't have to say a word. You can eat a donut and a cookie. And it was virtual. And I'm realizing that part of the things is that it needs to be in person because it's going to force parents to take a break. To take a break, right? So virtual makes it easy and it is, accessible, but it's something about making the time that's yours. It kind of goes right back into the check-in. What I've realized as I've been journeying before I open my mouth again in this kind of space is that all of the things that I do actually lack. They're interconnected because they're necessary, right? And this is what I'm learning about me in business. This is my business, right? So all of these things, all of these pieces interlap into each other for the greater, right? So yes, we're doing the book. The book laps into the Transparency Parent Circle, which also laps into the check-in, which also creates space here. Doesn't mean that the only people I'm talking to is parents. It just means that that's kind of my niche and that's my lane, right? All the things that I've endured, one of the things I learned recently is my story and my testimony and this book and the work that I do makes me an expert as it pertains to this. Right. I would think I would hear that word and be like, well, Nikki, you got to have a degree in all of the stuff and read the things, which I'm about to get, but you got to have a thing in all of these things to get to that expertise. I've raised children for over 23 years. Baby, if that ain't expertise, then I've raised multiple children and have helped families. If that don't make you an expert, then what do? So don't minimize your expertise. Walk in it. I'm talking to me at this moment because I'm learning that I have to walk in it. And so as I continue to walk, I hope that you journey with us. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for our first episode that you were here with us. As again, I said, I tried to hold you to my time. I am, whew, I am a little teed, and we're gonna figure this part out by next Thursday. So hopefully to my Facebook family, we will have another way. I also saw that I can do TikTok through this, or we may be changing the thing, but we won't change the time. So Thursday next week at 7 p.m. I am so grateful. I hope to see you all back here. Nelly, in a little bit, I need y'all to do something. I need y'all to go share it. I need you to talk about it somewhere. I need you to say it was terrible. I need you to say it was good. I need you to say, hey, for the first 10 minutes, I don't know what that lady was doing. I need you to figure it out, right? I need you to help me. I need you to help me. I I probably should have been doing this all the time that I've always done these things. And I hadn't, right? But I'm now asking for you to share, post, repost, comment, do the things on whatever platforms you see fit. Give me feedback as well. My inbox is open. My YouTube, I think you got messages. If it don't, you can email me, Coach Nikki, Nikki, .cwn@gmail.com. We're going to journey together, right? Like, I feel like I watch American Idol and these strangers were winning because strangers supported them. One of the ones who won was because his whole city rallied for him. So I'm challenging y'all to rally with me as I forge forth in the greatness that I've been called to, because I know that's what this is. And so I do not take it lightly that you're here. I do not take it lightly that you're a part. Um, and as I have people in the comment section commenting, because I don't want to leave without doing a check-in, literally, I need you to check in the comments. We check in from 1 to 5. 1 being a present, that's all I have to offer. 5 being this is the most amazing moment. We are talking about at 7:43, sorry, at 7:43 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. Where are you in this moment? If you're on the rewatch, then where you are in the moment that you literally see this. Again, 1 being I am present and that's all I have. 5 being this is the most amazing moment. Put it in the comments right now. Put it in the comments. It's a space of vulnerability. It's a space of you allowing yourself to realize and say where you actually are. This is about where your capacity is, right? What is your capacity at 7:43? Right? Not what you did early this morning, not what you got to do when you get off, but in this moment at 7:43, baby, I am at a 5. I am living all of my wildest dreams in this right now moment, and I am grateful. And I am above grateful. And I am not crying with y'all here tonight. I cry eventually. It won't be tonight. I am grateful. I'm at a 5. You can put it in the comments. Again, 1 being I'm present, and that's all I have to give. 5 being this is the most amazing moment. In this moment right now at 7:44, where are you? 7:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nikki, why you keep saying it? Because the people in the West Coast, they got to listen to. The people in the Midwest, they're going to listen to. And I want to make sure they know it's the right time. Right. And so I am speaking the things as though they already are, because I know internationally Coach Nikki's name in this podcast will make it there. Right. And so I am grateful. And we'll talk about the breakdown next Thursday. Next Thursday, you're going to find out the why, where the numbers come from, and why we got, and what we doing with these numbers. So I challenge you to put them in the comments. For those who know, you know. For those who don't, check in next week. I'll see y'all. Make sure you pay attention. Right. Paying attention don't cost you nothing. But if you don't, it could cost you everything. Peace.